Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about Xpeng. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. So today we're going to be talking about Xpeng and why I actually think Xpeng right now is a very good buy at $47.78, and what could actually give Xpeng a competitive advantage in the long term as far as the Chinese EV industry and it goes in itself. If you guys don't know what Xpeng actually does, Xpeng is a Chinese EV company. They produce electric luxury cars, but Xpeng, among its competitors, is still doing very well. Looking at the 5-year chart, this thing IPO'd August 26th of 2020, up over 100%. So the stock is doing very, very well for itself, but Xpeng as a company is trying to gain a competitive advantage, and Xpeng is actually being very smart about the route it's actually taking. So if you guys don't know, Xpeng is actually diving deeper into its autonomous driving technology. And why is this a big deal? If you guys didn't know, the self-autonomous driving technology or the self-driving chip is probably one of the biggest catalysts of the EV industry in itself. A lot of EV companies are racing to basically be the first company to be able to perfect the self-driving chip. So if you guys don't know, Xpeng in itself is working on something that's basically called NGP. It's their self-autonomous driving system, and it's going to be included in the company's X-Pilot 3.0. And an autonomous driving system it's due to hit this year. So I'm very interested to see what direction Xpeng stock actually takes with this. If you guys don't know, they already do have features with like adaptive cruise control and the parking assistance in itself in their vehicles today. So Xpeng in itself is actually kind of already working on a self-autonomous driving system, but this could actually be a game changer for Xpeng. Like I said, there's a lot of companies right now that are actually really trying to make the self-autonomous driving technology happen. And like I said, it's a big catalyst in the EV game. Xpeng could be the first Chinese EV company that actually perfects the self-autonomous driving technology, which is why I think it's a big deal. Xpeng is pushing rapidly into self-driving, which it believes can be a competitive advantage for itself. And I also do believe the same thing. I do think that Xpeng being able to basically perfect the self-autonomous driving technology can give it a huge competitive advantage over its current competitors, which are NIO and Auto, but also Tesla as well. So looking at really what Xpeng is trying to do here, really looking at its vision, Xpeng is trying to basically be able to launch the Xpeng or basically its self-autonomous driving technology by this year. So really taking a look at it from a bigger perspective, I do think Xpeng can actually do this. The only problem that arises from this is self-autonomous driving technology is very, very expensive. Maybe a little bit too expensive to what actual consumers can afford. This may be the only downplay, but we do see that Xpeng is growing, right? Xpeng sales are currently growing, although they do currently rank last in sales out of its Chinese EV competitors, NIO and Auto. Xpeng has seen a lot of success as an EV company, and it's gained a lot of trust from investors, but Xpeng is actually making a very smart move by actually focusing more on the self-autonomous driving technology in itself. Like I said, it's one of the bigger catalysts in the EV game right now, and there's a lot of companies that are racing to be able to perfect it. The fact that Xpeng does have plans to be able to drop the self-driving technology this year is not only super innovative, really Xpeng taking advantage of current technology, but this actually could put Xpeng on the top, and this could actually make Xpeng the top EV company in China. Now, I am still super bullish on the overall EV industry in itself, but EV cars are probably going to be the future, and within due time, I'm pretty convinced that, there's no longer going to be gas cars around. Obviously, that's just my opinion, but, in the year of 2020, we did see the power of full EV. We did see, that investors and big-time investors and people in themselves are really leaning towards, a world with just electric vehicles as a current existence. We have seen time and time again how much growth a lot of these EV companies have seen, whether it be Xpeng, Tesla, NIO, Workhorse, it doesn't really matter. There's a lot of EV companies that have seen substantial amounts of growth, and that's just due to the fact that the EV market in itself is growing. It's super, super rampant. But back to the self-autonomous driving technology, like I said, this could be what Xpeng needs to basically put itself on the map. As you guys know, Xpeng has had a lot of good news recently, so that's awesome as well. And even Bank of America analysts said that Xpeng does have a technological advantage over its competitors, and this could be what that analyst was actually hinting at. The fact that Xpeng is the one racing towards perfecting the self-autonomous driving technology. this is actually going to be super game changing. And the thing is, like I said, basically in the car, they will put the route in the GPS and the car will actually drive itself. Is very, very innovative. It could be what Xpeng stock needs to basically take it to the next level. But I still do think Xpeng stock is a good buy at $47.78. And I think people should actually buy the dip on the stock. If Xpeng is working this hard on the self-autonomous driving technology and they do plan on dropping it this year, this could actually push Xpeng stock to new heights. Going to an overall stock prediction with Xpeng, if Xpeng is one of the first EV companies to perfect the self-driving technology, I could see Xpeng stock actually hitting $100 because of that. Like I said, it's a super innovative thing, and really taking a look at it in itself, I still think Xpeng is a good stock. Just aside from the self-autonomous driving technology alone, Xpeng stock is still doing very well. Its sales are increasing, and like I said, it has already started to expanding. If you guys didn't know, Xpeng being the first Chinese EV company to start selling cars in a different basically country, which is Europe. So Xpeng started selling cars in Norway, which is just absolutely amazing news. But I think a lot more people are kind of sleeping on Xpeng, not really giving Xpeng enough credit. That's just my personal opinion on that specifically. I think a lot of people are a lot more bullish on NIO, which is fair. NIO is doing very, very well for itself as far as sales goes and its investor reputation. Xpeng, though, I do think this stock has a lot of explosive potential. And like I said, with the perfection of the self-autonomous driving technology, this could push Xpeng to whole new levels and whole new heights. I think people right now should buy Xpeng stock at $47.78. I think it is worth the investment. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of Xpeng stock. Do you think Xpeng stock perfecting the self-autonomous driving technology could push the stock to new heights? If you guys are invested in Xpeng stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.